Like the first Transformers movie by Michael Bay, the effects still look great compared to modern CGI.
Yeah, like how could we have gone backwards when it comes to CGI
Because
fidelity?
of money and budget
Yeah,
and
I
scheduling.
know.
They
It's a
want
rhetorical question. It's a
I
rhetorical
know. And
question. I know why.
I gave you a rhetorical answer.
Oh, fuck off.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Pint Cellar. I'm Jarvis, and I'm joined with Hubrecht. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Lewis. Hey, everyone. Good. Thank you for asking. And I'm, happy to be here once again on, another pintless episode of Pint Cellar.
Pintless, yes, I know. I don't like alcohol. Do not keep throwing that at my face. I tried having beer once at a bar, and I took a little sip, and I was like, ugh.
What about whiskey?
Oh, I tried whiskey once to get rid of like some congestion, and I vomited.
Okay, fair enough. Let me remind you that never, you should never have tequila then.
Anyways, when I was vomiting, my sister was like, shut up. And like, have some empathy.
Why your sister was screaming shut up at you, shut up at you while you were vomiting? Like, what could you have possibly said at that moment?
Like, I was going, I was being loud.
Oh, you're so annoying, Lewis. Shut up.
Yeah, I was like hitting the floor. I was like, this is not fun.
Choking, choking on the floor. Oh, you're so annoying. Shut up.
And my dad was like, Lewis, you're being too loud. And I'm like, shut up. Like, that boy ain't right. That boy ain't right. I like my rum and coke.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. What does that tell you, though, as a character? It's like, rum and coke guy. What does that tell you? Because I know in the bar, if you see someone drinking water, it's like, yeah, he's the driver tonight.
Yeah, either he's the driver or, he is really, really thirsty, like for real, because the thing with alcohol is that it makes you thirsty, not, it doesn't help with, with actual thirst. So that guy has either drank too much or hasn't drank anything.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that what about the guy that's drinking rum and coke? What character does that tell you of him?
Probably the one that wants to drink, but he doesn't want to go crazy, I would say. Well, although that depends on how much you add to it, to be fair. You can get drunk off that.
Yeah, you can.
A lot of people would say that you're a teenager, basically.
Oh. And tequilas?
Tequila wants to get drunk.
And what
tequila wants to party, wants to get drunk. He really wants to get drunk because tequila is one of the highest, the drinks with one of the highest concentrations of alcohol.
And I think I know this one. So it's Corona.
Corona. No, the Corona is a beer. Corona is a beer.
Yeah. So beer is like what? It's like, yeah, he just wants to drink.
Yeah, beer is just hanging out, normie, not very special, not very light, not very hard.
Yeah.
In my experience, anyway.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good to have you back on the show. And I'm actually excited about this episode too, because we're talking about one of our favorite horror films. And you know what? We reference this almost all the time. No matter what podcast we do, we always reference this movie, The Thing. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. What do you have to say?
I mean, what can I say? I think a better question is to us, what haven't we said about The Thing? It's like you said, one of our favorite horror movies of all time. It's kind of like it's sci-fi jewel, yeah, and it's kind of like it's a great creature feature and one of the best visual effects in a movie that you will ever see. I love this movie so much that I wish we had a device that could erase memories so I could watch this thing again blind.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to get that back,
It's like, I watched that movie so many times, and this might sound a bit sacrilegious, but I've seen it so many times that it actually got boring for me, and I actually started watching the commentary because I'm interested in what John Carpenter and what's his name? He plays McCready in the movie.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah. It's really too bad they didn't get Keith David to voice his opinion in the commentary, though. But it is great
Yeah,
to.
it's strange. It's actually very strange, right? Sorry for interrupting you, but Keith David is like a very prolific actor. Like he does stuff even with internet people. So I'm kind of like
Yeah.
shocked that he didn't come back to one of his one of the most famous films he's ever been in.
Is it one of those things where maybe he got too big afterwards?
Or maybe he didn't like the movie. Like it sometimes happens, with people. Actors don't like a certain film they participated in, and just simply, they don't associate with anything beyond the original gig they had to do, basically.
Yeah, I can get that, and there are other famous Keith David films that he's been in. So it's like, Princess and the Frog. Everyone knows him from Spawn and Gargoyles, and right now has been Hotel. And I know you don't like hearing that.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, yeah, it's actually really cool to see Keith David career afterwards after this movie,
Yeah, it is. He's a good actor. He has an awesome voice. Like, we're not putting we're not doubting that.
Yeah.
It's that's not being put into doubt. It's just that it's kind of strange that he has not been involved with anything regarding the thing, like the commentary. Some time ago I told Lewis about a board game on the thing. It has many of all the characters, even the alien, except Keith David, except
Racist.
Childs, and
racist.
Yeah, and yeah,
I know. Listen, I know the other guys in there. I forgot what's his name. I forgot the other guy's name. He's the roller skates guy. Clark? No, not Clark. That's not Clark. Clark is the dog guy.
Yeah, the Cajun guy.
Kitchen guy. Yeah.
Knowles. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Played
like
by
no Keith David. No Keith David and the board game. I see.
Yeah, so the entire crew of the research phase is McCready, Childs, Knowles, Bennings, Norris, Blair, Copper, and Clark. Oh, and Gary.
But no Keith David. Okay.
Yeah, but no Keith David. But Keith David's character's name is Childs.
Yeah. But actually, this is interesting because you were telling me about the board game. If we're have to go derail just a little bit, so most of you would know that this movie is based off the novella called "Who Goes There." It's telling the same story. It's the idea of these, researchers. They find a alien buried underneath Antarctica. They thaw it, and eventually the alien starts to imitate its victims that it captures or infects. Have at you. And what's interesting is that there's this one board game that's actually based off of Who Goes There. So it's not the thing where it has the cast members, but this is based off the characters from the book of Who Goes There.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so there's McCready, but there's also other characters that weren't even featured in the Carpenter film.
Oh, is this a different board game than the one I told you about?
Yeah, this is a whole different board game. It involves it's basically the same kind of idea, but it's based off of Who Goes There, not the Carpenter film.
Right.
Yeah, and what's cool actually is that we actually see the alien's original design in Who Goes There, and it's very blue. So imagine like this blue alien with like wormy hair with 3 red eyes. That's the design.
It basically can do the same thing that the alien in the thing can do.
Yeah.
Although it can, like you can see when it transforms, it kind of like shows the faces of everyone it has assimilated, So
yeah,
yes or no, there's that. But in Who Goes There, the alien does seem to have an original form.
Yeah. And it does imply that it does like transform itself at will and what it wants to do, like do whatever fighting pose it can do. or fighting phase, like claws it can emerge and mouths it can extend. Basically
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the copper film does. And though I would say the copper film, it is like a magic still of special effects for when the creature transforms, and everyone knows that's the magic of the movie. That's something most people remember it for.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
oh yeah, but I'm actually curious though. What was your first exposure to the movie? Because I'm interested in that.
It kind of goes hand in hand with my first exposure to Lovecraft. Much
Hmm.
like with my exposure to Warhammer 40K, it was not a sudden thing. It was like a gradual exposure to it until I decided to look into it. I, with Lovecraft, I, started seeing Lovecraftian references and people talking about, oh my God, this is totally Lovecraftian, right? So, in video games and movies, so I, started to dig into things a bit. And, eventually I came upon the works of H.P. Lovecraft. And through there, I, watching, Lovecraftian films or how cosmic horror done right, I stumbled about people having their top 10s or top 5s of movies, and The Thing
Hmm.
was in there. And I thought, and I saw, oh, this looks like a cool movie. So I watched it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and this might sound funny to you, but my first exposure to the thing was actually from James Rolfe when he was doing his Monster Madness series.
Oh, I also watched that. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't the first, but I also watched that.
Yeah, that was a great series, and that was like a great run of the series when he was talking about like sci-fi horror, and
Yeah.
seeing the thing and seeing the effects of the Carper film. It's like, wow, this is nuts. I better watch this movie.
Yeah, yeah. I need to watch this. Yes.
And here's the thing, making a reference. He was talking about the 51 film, and he was certainly praising it. And it wouldn't be till like years later I would watch the 51 film after, the Carper film, after listening to the novella on YouTube, after listening to radio plays. Here's the thing, the 51 film, it's all right. But if you want the experience of who goes there, I would say watch the Carper film, because the 51 movie, it felt more like a Frankenstein ripoff for how they did the alien.
Yeah, the thing with the 51 with the thing with the 51 film, it's that it's kind of like a very basic alien survival, alien attack film.
Yeah.
The alien is this Frankenstein monster that it's kind of that's an alien, but it's kind of like a plant
Yeah.
or something like that. So like it has it has iconic scenes. Like it has iconic scenes in the shape of that scene where it comes through the door and everyone showers it with gasoline and fire. Like I love that little connection between the Carpenter film and the 51 film, in which they use fire against it. Like fire is kind of like the main weapon to use against the thing. um
And also, just real quick,
and
sorry, just real quick. Also, there's the
Sure.
famous scenes where it's like them standing in circle to form the UFO shape, and the alien actually
Yeah, yeah,
thawing.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, the alien also thawing from the ice. It's like that was spooky. That was good.
Yeah, like it's spooky, and like although it's unintentional comedy, like because the reason the alien thaws
Oh yeah,
in
because the
in the
electric car.
51 film is because someone leaves I think it was an electric blanket or
Yeah,
something like that on top of the ice cube, and it's kind
it's
of
like
like that's the derpiest. Yeah, it's the derpiest, most retarded moment.
like if that alien, if
Where should I leave my my electric warmer?
it's like I'm pretty sure if this was like some kind of artifact, like some kind of mummy from Egypt, and someone did that to it and it destroyed what they discovered, I think he's going to jail. Or
Yeah, probably.
and more so if it's an alien, frozen alien, it's like, wow, someone's going to jail because
Yeah,
this
like
is not happening.
if not jail, at least publicly disgraced, all his credentials taken from him, expelled from his job, things like that.
Or more so, they actually destroyed the UFO, so it's like already someone's going to jail for doing that.
Oh yeah, they destroyed the UFO in the 51 film, right? Yeah.
Like that happened in the Who Goes There novel too. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
using
Okay, fair
dynamite
enough.
wasn't smart.
Yeah.
But then again, that's how they dug up dinosaurs. They used dynamite.
Yeah, they use dynamite. So it is true to life in that regard. Um so okay, I think it's pretty obvious that Keith David is your favorite actor in the
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is mine is of course Kurt Russell is McCready, but I think that's the obvious answer. So
Hmm.
with um I'm going to go with oh, what's his name? Yeah, what's Gary, because
Gary.
Gary
Yeah, I know
you
Gary.
remember Gary, like the chief of the
Yeah, chief of the actual camp itself, like the military
the
officer,
African
where
camp himself. You know what? Because he kind of makes the I love the way he makes the anguished disbelief at their situation face. I think makes a great performance. Like, I know Bennings from 50 years. He's my 15 years. He's my friend. You know, like
yeah,
he's one of the people that seems most distraught about their situation, right? And
like
you know the spend all winter tied to this fucking couch. I
yeah,
love that.
it's
I
like
love that moment. Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Uh,
moment where it's like basically after COVID, when it found out he doesn't have COVID, he's like, I would rather not spend the rest of my winter tied to this couch.
yeah, yeah. Is there a particular scene that you enjoy among others,
Yeah, like definitely the blood test
amongst all
scene.
the rest? Sorry, what?
It's like, yeah, I definitely like the blood test scene because
Oh yeah, yeah,
like how sun it is, and and McCree's trying to activate the flamethrower. It's like, oh fuck, and it's not working.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say, damn, I love
Hold
the dog.
on. I didn't finish
Wait.
yet. I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
tell
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was also going to tell you that a subtle scene I really like is when Blair, when he was investigating like how the thing works, and when he was asking Clark, the dog handler, he was like, "So Clark, how long was this dog out in the base? The
Yeah,
dog that was infected by the alien, right?" And Clark
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "I don't know. He's been walking around all day." And Blair was like, "You mean to tell me the dog was put into the kennel until last night?" So like that sound like little soul horror where it's like, oh, this thing had all the time it wants to infect maybe someone in the base. And
You
even
know,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I know which one you mean. In fact, now that I think about it, I love that scene with Blair, but the one right after the first autopsy that they do, in which Blair is at the computer and it's kind of like
oh yeah,
silently just asking the computer to make some calculations and to first of all, he discovers how the thing works and the fact that it assimilates a cell and then copies it, right?
hmm
Um, and and then he asks the situation like possibility or the possibility of uh of one or more crew members team members infected with invasive organism, like 70%, and like
yeah,
uh
that
total
face,
assimilation, yeah, like total assimilation of mankind if it reaches populated areas, approximately a year, for it to completely assimilate the species.
well,
So,
actually,
and that scene, yeah, like, sorry, just one more thing. Like, that scene, Blair doesn't say anything. He's just staring at
yeah,
a screen with the music sounding, and then that makes it really creepy. I love it.
yeah, and that face where it's like, ah, fuck, it's like
Yeah.
that face. I want to say it looks like defeat, where it's like, okay, we can't leave now, so that explains why he goes wild in the computer room.
Hmm.
Like it could also be because it was also bolstered by alcohol, because I think when you open the drawer there's the gun, and I think there's that bit of liquor in there too, so maybe that would also give justification for why he snapped like that, because
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
because alcohol is a good motivator.
Alcohol is a very good motivator.
And here's the actual interesting thing. So if I'm right, it actually is 3 years for worldwide infestation to happen, but this is something even more scary, right? in a sequel, in a comic book sequel that would come out, after this film, there's this one scientist. So he took Blair's notes and is like, there are some miscalculations he made where it's like with things like warmer climates and transportation, this thing could take like around 4 months to infect the whole world. So that tells you like how powerful this thing is,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like that's really spooky for just how powerful this thing is, and almost seems like divine luck that it landed in Antarctica.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it had landed anywhere else,
Like it's over.
Game over. Oh, but audience, we have to tell you, and you may already know this, you may not, but there's another story reason why it lands in Antarctica.
Okay.
Because it's made in reference, and this movie is heavily inspired by one of the stories of the King Reddit atheist racist himself, H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
Yeah. At the Mountains of Madness.
Yeah, because this story will actually come out afterwards, after Mountains of Madness, and
yeah.
I'm wondering if the author was inspired by that story somewhat, but it could be that he wanted to set his story in Antarctica as well. But you can definitely see some like connections to there because
some of the DNA there.
Yeah.
I just thought about something. Isn't it weird that you and I love H.P. Lovecraft so much?
Why is it so weird?
I mean, okay, like this is just a thought that just came into my head. But like, for example, Lovecraft was probably the most rated atheist that ever Reddit atheist. The fact that like his entire body of work is about a godless universe where everything, it's about a godless universe filled with horrors, and it's completely indifferent to us as humans. And he, he also was a racist, so he would have hated me. And you and I
Mexican
are
herbs?
very
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No Mexican
Mexicans.
food, American food, but no Italian food.
Yeah.
Though actually,
but
later on in his life, he would actually like Italian food, so take that as you will.
Okay, that's a win, I suppose. But like it's kind of like that's completely anathema to you and I. Like our worldview, our it's not that we cannot like something of a guy that doesn't think like us, but it's kind of funny that we like him so much. I just thought about it.
Yeah, I can see that. And the thing is, too, is that we can find some kind of like, I don't want to say justification, but we can find some understanding of Lovecraft, especially where he came from and what he and we like what he contributed to like sci-fi horror. But at the same time, too, there's other people that just will not accept what the life Lovecraft lived because of some errors he had. And it's like, he was an ass. And you and me would
he was an ass. He was a professional hater.
Like I'm just saying, and you and I, we would just say, yes, he was. Yeah. It's like, what's your point?
He was. And it's so like, I know we already did the Lovecraft episode, but like this is a very Lovecraftian film. So that's why I bring it up. Right.
Yeah, no problem.
But like, I find myself sometimes perplexed by Lovecraft because Lovecraft, what makes Lovecraft at least endearing even for such a militant atheist, it's just how honest about it he was. Mm-hmm. Instead of like some illusion of some enlightened future of pure progress and, science, he said, no, if the universe is godless, if you want a godless universe, this is it, right? And, like this would be it, showing his mythos. And so he comes off as honest about that in that regard. But at the same, essentially a complete nihilist in which nothing and no one is worth anything. But apparently the guy was a very good friend. Like he was supportive. He was understanding. And, with the people that were his friends. And you're kind of like perplexed about how can someone who militantly believes that nothing in life matters, that people do not matter, that life does not matter, can be such a good friend. You heard me read that eulogy he wrote to Robert E. Howard. That's not the words of a man that doesn't believe that life is worth anything, you know?
Exactly so. And
yeah, like,
and here's the thing, it's like he was an ass, but we can see why he became an ass because of circumstances in life.
Oh yeah, he had a shitty childhood. yeah, like, and his childhood was horrible.
And, you know, he continued having a bad adulthood because he spent most of his time in poverty. And obviously, he has pretty big mental issues. But I can find some kind of like, you know, forgiveness for Lovecraft for that. Not that I'm saying he should get any. No. What I'm saying is that not that I'm saying he should be asking for forgiveness. It's like, what's the point? He's dead now. But the kind of person I would just not accept, I just would not want to be around, is the guy who wrote "I have no mouth, I must scream." I keep forgetting his name.
Oh, his name is hold on.
Because here's the thing, it's like Lovecraft was an ass, but that guy
Arlen Ellison.
Yeah,
Arlen Ellison.
Ellison was just a jackass.
But
like, I'm just saying,
Ellison,
to me,
it's kind of funny. Like, Ellison is, you know,
I'm just saying, it's like he makes it his mission. Listen, he makes it his mission to sue people, even if they have nothing to do with it.
Okay, no, yeah, that is really shitty. And Ellison died not that long ago in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm sorry. It's like, that's someone I will just not tolerate. It's like, piss off.
Okay, fair enough.
Because when he says he got like discriminated in town, it's like, no, what it sounds like, buddy, is that people had enough with your shit and they chased you out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lovecraft.
What else can you say?
I'm just saying, yeah, Lovecraft was an ass, but Ellison was a jackass.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
And I'll just finish on this. You don't probably not know the show, but Digital Circus, it is basically like inspired from I Have No Mouth, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. It is. It's the same kind of idea where it's like humans trapped by this computer god and stuff. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure if Ellison was alive, he would try to sue Glitch, like the YouTube company that is running the show. It's like, great, I'll see you guys in court. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something he would do. But
okay.
But here for Lovecraft, he's like, yeah, no problem. Borrow Cthulhu. Borrow my mythology.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the reason he did that, is because he wanted it to become an actual mythology. So that's why people could add to it. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be pseudo ambiguous, right? So like, and especially if we are considering that these abominations are beyond human understanding. It makes sense in that regard that it's kind of contradictory. I cannot see. I can see what you mean by that. What I just want to say is pray for Lovecraft's soul and for Robert E. Howard's too, because if
especially Ellison,
and Ellison too. But because here's the thing. If we get to heaven, I would love to have a conversation with them, you know? So, like, it's like, yeah, pray for Lovecraft and Howard's soul. Like, I want to see what all the Solomon Kane stories Howard had on his back before he offed himself, you know? I hate so much that I cannot say the S word because YouTube,
I don't want to get striked. You know,
I know, but
it's
just making language.
Stop talking right now.
I know, but it makes language dumber. It's 1984 levels of dumb. You know, like they stupefy language.
Anyways, let me just finish on this note.
Forget it.
Let me finish on this note. Like, I remember what you said in our Lovecraft episode. It doesn't matter that he's an atheist. Pray for his soul. And you know what? I really like that you said that.
Oh, thank you.
Like, it doesn't matter if he was an atheist in life and he had this, like, bad view on people or bad view on
Oh,
life in
and
general.
everything,
Yeah,
and everything, basically. Yeah,
that doesn't matter. Pray for his soul. That's what I think.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
now back onto the thing.
yeah. I know. Let's
So
get the thing back on track.
I want to ask you this though, because this sounds like a funny
Yeah.
story. You were showing your parents the movie.
Oh yeah. I try to show the movie to anyone. Um, my dad liked it, but liked it casually. He's not like the thing with my dad is like he watches so many movies now, and so many of them are garbage that it's kind of like difficult to get a reaction out of him.
No,
Uh,
it's just the
I
problem with my
remember that he
dad.
liked him.
Sorry if I
The
can.
problem with my parent. Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, if I could just say real quick, the problem with my dad is like when I try to have a conversation with him about movies, he's like, "Yeah, I guess it's a movie." I'm like, he doesn't get the idea of having a conversation about why we like the movie.
Yeah, yeah. Something similar happens with my father. Maybe not so at that level, because if he really liked the movie, he will talk about it, even if it's just casually. He's not going to start talking about camera angles or, script integrity or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he will talk about why he liked it. But he, like my dad, gets bored so easily and gets distracted so easily that even if he liked a movie, I can guarantee you that he will if I go downstairs right now and ask him, hey, do you remember the thing, did you like it, he will just only vaguely remember the movie, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that one movie where where that happens, right? Where the something in the Antarctica, he will just remember vaguely, bits and pieces. I think my mother will remember it more, but just because she was so disgusted by it.
I love when I show people the movie and we get to the dog scene. It's like that.
Yeah.
That is telling you this is the kind of movie we're getting, guys. This is not a guy in a costume.
Yeah. Although here's the thing, here's the thing. Um uh my mom was disgusted by the movie, but I think she did admit that, oh, the effects were great. Like they were horrible and I love them and I hate them, because that's so disgusting.
Mhm.
But they were great, but she admits that the effects were great. I wish more I vaguely remember her saying, I wish we had more movies when, like where things are solid again, because everything's done by computer now and nothing looks like it's actually there. And I'm like, yeah, that's my main complaint about cinema these days.
It's
Nothing looks like it's actually there.
like the first Transformers movie by Michael Bay. The effects still look great compared to modern CGI.
Yeah, like how could we have gone backwards when it comes to CGI
Because
fidelity?
of money and budget
Yeah,
and
I
scheduling.
know.
They
It's a
want.
rhetorical question. It's a
I
rhetorical
know.
question. I know why.
I gave you a rhetorical answer.
Oh, fuck off.
You're just saying things you hear online to make you sound smart. Yeah,
I
well,
don't need to sound smart. I am smart.
that makes you sound stupid.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what? On that subject of like CGI and stuff, it's probably obvious. Have you seen the prequel film?
No, and I have no intention of doing so.
Listen, I have seen it, and despite the lazy, it is a lazy title. Just calling it the thing, it's like you're just cashing in on the original title. You couldn't just give it like another little subtitle to make it different, like before the thing or something like that. But anyways, seeing the movie,
thing before.
yeah, sure. But seeing the movie, okay, it's no point of me talking about the effects because we all know that it's just like CGI and it looks like plastic. But that's beyond the complaint. My complaint is that you don't get anything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you really don't need to watch the prequel film before you watch the Carpenter film, because the Carpenter film tells you everything you need to know, especially what happened with the Norwegians.
Yeah, like my main problem with that is that my main problem with that movie, other than the fact that it was entirely practical effects and they turn it all CG and the CG is garbage. I'd seen bits and pieces of it, right? It's the fact that it's so unnecessary. It kind of kills the dread of going to a Norwegian camp and see it in that state and like, oh, what happened here? I don't think we really need that.
Yes, exactly. Because again, the Carpenter film, when you get to the part where they're going to the Norwegian camp, because these guys were the one that dug up the alien and thought it. Seeing the gore and seeing the destruction, that tells you, oh, something must have happened. What happened before they were chasing this dog?
In fact, that scene, the walkthrough through the Norwegian camp, is one of the things that make this film completely Lovecraftian. You arrive at a place, the place is a mess, and people are dead in horrifying ways, and like, my God, what happened here? And then they find the block of ice, and oh, what could have been there? And that one moment where they're leaving, and Coppa says like, "What is that? A man in there?"
Yeah, and they discovered split face.
Next scene, and split face, and split face, yeah. And the next scene, you don't even see them picking the thing up. You just see them opening the thing in the lab, and you're like and everyone is kind of like astounded at what the hell is this? Like that moment with the violin music on the background. Of the crew just looking at each other in puzzlement and like what?
And the dog being there.
Oh, the dog! Fuck the dog! Yeah. Like if you don't like dogs, you will not like dogs. You won't like it anymore with watching this movie.
Especially like how it preys on the other dogs in the kennel. It's like I love the scene where Clark, he's pointed into the kennel and of how the dog is walking inside and lying down, and all the other dogs are just looking at him weird. It's like, this isn't a dog.
Yeah, they know. They know that this is that this is
like it's not an animal to them.
This guy is not right.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that scene is so great. But it basically is showing that you do not need to watch the prequel film because it did not need to exist.
Yeah, it did not need to exist, and if it was to exist, like they could at least fought harder to keep the practical effects.
But anyways, you just don't get anything out of it, and whatever, it's a cheap cash grab.
And one of the worst parts, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to say, one of the worst parts is it has a good cast. The problem is that the material is not good enough for them to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in the movie. She's a great actress, but she's completely wasted.
And, there's this one actor, I forget his name, but he's one of the characters from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember his name, but I know the one, yeah.
Yeah, most of you probably know. He's the ginger Northman, right? But
yeah, Thormund Giantsbane. That's his name.
Yeah. So what happens in the movie is that there's a scene where they're carrying a guy after being unconscious from an explosion, and one of the arms purposely rips off and attaches itself to him and connects to his face. And after some chaos, you can see like it looks like it's. This is going to sound kind of a little graphic, but it looks like it's stuffing its face with like liquid shit and it's popping out his eye. It's like, okay, that's kind of nasty. I like that scene. Yeah. And it actually fuses with his hands too. So it's like, oh, this thing's disgusting.
Yeah, but here's the thing. From what I've seen of the film, it doesn't make sense that the thing attacks people on the open. It's supposed to be stealthy. It always attacked people when they were alone or only showed up when it was cornered. But here it decides to attack them in public. The terrifying intelligence of the creature is completely gone.
But hold on. What about the scene where they're doing like CPR on the one guy and his stomach
They were
opens
electroshocking it. They were electroshocking it with the paddles. That's why it showed itself.
Yeah, maybe it was like, okay, that's enough. And I remember this one scene. or the scene in a video I was watching, it kind of describes the movie as like a game of chess because of how the opening scene of McCready playing, the chess game with the computer.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like, "Sheen, bitch." but I think a good metaphor for this movie is that it is like a game of chess with McCready and the creature, and how they're moving their pieces across to take out the other. And at the end, McCready is like, "Well, fuck you too," and blows up the whole base.
Yeah, I love the fact that McCready, it's such a sore loser.
And it's like,
sore loser, I don't think. Well, sore loser maybe not accurate, but he doesn't take losing lying down.
But I want to end our discussion with the movie about this, right? Do you think Childs at the end is the creature?
No, I don't think so.
Why you say that?
Because the reasons that people point out that he is, he doesn't have any breath. No, he actually does. You can actually see it.
And that whole breath theory thing, it's like earlier in the movie with the one guy with messed up hands, you can see breath exhaust.
Yeah, Bennings.
Yeah, you can see some breath stuff coming out of him. So it's like that theory doesn't exist.
It's not like the thing doesn't breathe. Yeah, no, it does breathe.
It has a respiratory system, guys.
Yeah.
Or what? Actually, maybe not actually, but anyways, but you can see breath coming out of him.
Yeah. I think that the thing is actually dead, but the paranoia has completely taken over, so they cannot trust anybody anymore. So they're on their guard, basically.
Yeah, so it's like they won, but at the end, it's like they just can't. As this light's dying down, it's like it's not like they're in camaraderie. It's like, yeah, we did it. We stopped the creature, but it's like, well, I'm not sure if you're it or not, so I guess we're just going to have to sit around for a while, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
basically.
And people will say, we'll bring up the jacket theory where Childs was attacked, but because his jacket was torn, he had to change it over because from a scene transition, you can see that the coats are rearranged differently or one of the coats was missing. But the thing is that I was watching the commentary. That's actually a error. They were filming some scenes apart, and not everything was done so precisely. So some things got mixed around, and they forgot to put up a certain code when it got to the scene of Childs going missing. So it's like that's just a prop error.
Oh, okay. But it does add a bit of more, it adds some more mystery to the novel,
Yeah, and
to the movie. Sorry, to the novel.
Also, I just want to finish on this. I think maybe it's a writing error, but the whole blood test scene and one where it's like Windows getting blood from everyone. I think he unintentionally infected everyone for not desanitizing the knife.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that.
Because when he was opening hands up, he was like, he just wiped off his pants. It's like, buddy, you're going to get everyone sick.
Yeah, it could have. Something. There is a scene where on the autopsy that Blair is, pointing out, to the dog thing, right? With a pencil, and then he puts the pencil in his mouth. I think that's when Blair got infected.
Oh, it's like, oops.
But he didn't know that. They were just finding out about the creature with them, So it was kind of too late for that.
Yeah.
Well.
But here's the thing: we give all these praises to the movie. Whatever. I'm not making that same little laugh here and there. We give this movie so many praises, but it just sucks that it came out at the same time as E.T.
Oh yeah, fuck E.T.
Yeah, and people are like, "Why isn't this not like E.T.?" That was the complaint.
Why does the complaints about this movie are basically why is the horror movie? Like Why is the horror movie so violent?
Oh yeah, it's like piss off.
You know, like it's the type of guy that asked, you know, you come to a game or a movie of horror that it's supposed to make you uncomfortable, and then you ask it to be censored because it makes you uncomfortable. Dude, you agreed to watch a horror movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It's like, but you know what? Despite the low box office failure, this is one of Jarvis Carpenter's most famous movies, and it is horror movie legacy.
Yeah, it's horror movie gold. Yeah, like that's not up to debate. It is.
And you know what? This movie is very influential because it also influenced one of our favorite video games, and that's Dead Space.
Oh yeah, Dead Space.
Yeah, I've been on Dead Space high recently. Like, I've been playing Dead Space 2 just recently, and you know what? I love the necromorphs. It's basically like zombies mixed with the Thing. I love it.
It's zombies on steroids. You know, they're not just rotting corpses. They're all mutated, and I love it.
Yeah, it's basically Event Horizon mixed with Alien mixed with the Thing.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah. But
oh my god, like I'm sorry, just hearing Dead Space puts me on a sad mood. You know the thing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like
because they canceled the remake for Dead Space 2.
The second game. Yeah. Seriously, there just comes a point with this damn company that you're kind of like, are you just determined? You know, like EA has been a hated company for years now, but
are they more hated than Blizzard?
You know, I don't know. Like, do they? It's EA a weird rape cult? I don't know. I suppose like Blizzard. I don't know.
Hubrecht, you can't say that on YouTube. Now I have to censor that.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
Say grape. Grape company is a
grapefruit.
Company.
Yeah, grapefruit. Shit. They're making language retarded.
Well, there's an audience. We gotta keep sensitive.
Our audience are not children.
I have the analytics to prove it. Most of our audience are 25-year-olds to 30-year-olds.
They're not children. We're around that age range. Oh, forget it. Okay, you're the boss.
I'm saying that's a good thing. Our audience is 25 to 30-year-olds. Because I have the analytics to prove it. And after the whole COPPA thing, YouTube's like, okay, no more appealing to children.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they just had to be sued by the U.S. government to finally do it.
Fuck that. Yeah.
But no one was calm during the whole COPPA thing. Everyone was scared. I was like,
yeah, I know. I know.
However, the Dead Space remake, that was like gold. Like, it made the original game so much better, and that's almost like the preferred way to play Dead Space now.
I bought it twice.
How did you buy it twice?
That's how much. I bought it once for my PlayStation and once for my PC.
Oh, okay. See, it's just, it sucks that it's like you go one giant step forward and one enormous leap backwards. So it's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, what can we say? It's YouTube. You know, like YouTube. That's YouTube for you.
Oh no, this is not YouTube. This is EA.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about EA. No. With EA, it's not one step forward, two steps backwards. With EA, it's one step forward, a full throttle backward. That's EA.
But you know what? I love The Thing. It's a perfect horror film. And I am so glad it was so influential that it created games like Dead Space for us. And even though it can't really be a franchise like anything else, I think the Carpenter film on its own, it's immortal and it's frozen horror. And I'm glad that we got to get this movie. What I'm trying to say. And I'm glad this movie is going to remember as a legend, you know?
Yeah, I'm so glad it's much like the creature it's in the movie itself, like the film regenerated, reassimilated itself into another type of life after failing in the box office, and it's just kind of become like a horror movie legend. Basically, I don't think there's anyone that likes sci-fi or horror that doesn't like this movie, or that doesn't count this movie among one of its favorites of all time. And the funny thing is,
I also
you don't
love your
hear
little.
people talk about. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was going to say, I love your little speech there. It's like, oh, a metaphor. Metaphor. But
I'm a natural born writer. But and the funny thing is that you don't hear people talk about ET that much anymore. But the thing's still being discussed. Yeah. So
yeah, that's right.
vindication, right?
That is right. It's like, I think more people talk about the thing than they do ET. That's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah. So John Carpenter was vindicated at the end.
Yeah. And you know what? I think this concludes our episode. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we call it in?
Yeah. McCready and Childs were both human at the end of the movie. To hell with EA for screwing over Dead Space again, and pray for HP Lovecraft's soul. But yeah, thank you for having me, man.
Awesome. And thank you for coming on as always, man. And I can't wait for the next one. And with that, thank you all for watching this episode. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and activating the bell so that you'll never miss an episode. And with that, we'll see you around. Take care, guys.